Hi, this is Nathan Tintle. In this Learning Goal video, we're going to talk about how to recognize when a two-sided test is appropriate using the Competent Faces data. We've talked before about how the alternative hypothesis is determined by the research question. For example, in the Doris and Buzz study, the research question is Buzz doing better than guessing? So the alternative hypothesis becomes that the long-run probability is greater than 50%. In the rock, paper, scissors data, we want to know if our friend is choosing scissors less often. The alternative hypothesis is that the long-run probability that your friend chooses scissors is less than 33%. In the St. George's data, we wanted to know whether the death rate at St. George's Hospital was higher than the national average. So the alternative hypothesis is that the long-run proportion of deaths at St. George's is greater than 15%. In the example we're going to look at now, the competent face data, we want to know if the competent face method of predicting the outcomes of elections is better than chance. In other words, the alternative hypothesis is that the long-run probability the competent face method predicts the winner is greater than 50%. But there's another way to state the research question and also to state the alternative hypothesis. We could ask the question, is the probability the competent face method predicting the winner different than 50%? In other words, it's not 50%. So if the null hypothesis says that the competent face method is correctly predicting the winner 50% of the time, the alternative hypothesis could be that it's not 50%. This is a more objective alternative hypothesis because it allows researchers to be completely wrong about the direction of effect. It essentially allows for an effect in either direction, simply that the competent face method is doing different than chance, not necessarily better. It could be worse. This is called a two-sided test because the alternative hypothesis is looking both directions. So how do you know which one to use? Well, in practice, researchers make this decision based on how much prior knowledge they have. How much do they think that they know that the competent face method will improve the chances of predicting winners instead of the other way around? In the course, the problem description will indicate this to you. So when you read the book, look for key words like greater than, less than, or different than to clue you in as to what the research question is and consequently what the alternative hypothesis should be. The implications of choosing a two-sided or a one-sided test are with regards to the strength of evidence. As we'll discuss in another Learning Goal video, the way you compute the p-value is different for a two-sided test than a one-sided test, and so the strength of evidence changes.